Hey everyone, this is Dale from Vulcan Post Malaysia. Here we have an unboxing of the latest and greatest that Samsung has to offer, which is of course the Galaxy Note 9. Now before we start anything, I think it's worth mentioning that this phone has already been launched in Malaysia, and you, if you're interested, you'll be able to find it in stores on the 24th of August, which is pretty soon. There will be two models. The one here costs 3,699 ringgit and has 128 gigs of storage with 6 gigs of RAM. There will also be a more expensive one at 4,599 ringgit. That one will have 512 gigs of storage and 8 gigs of RAM. Also, there will be three color options: Midnight Black, Metallic Copper, and the one here which is Ocean Blue. This one comes with a special yellow colored S Pen. And having said all that, let's get right into it. So as we take the box out of the shell, you can see that I've gone ahead and undone the seal to make things a bit quicker here. And the first thing you'll see is this package, which contains some necessary paperwork, a SIM ejector tool, and they've included a clear silicone case to protect the phone from the start. Now right underneath all that, we have the phone itself, but we're going to put that to the side and come back to it in just a minute so we can have a peek at what else is inside the box. So looking at all the accessories, the first thing you'll see is this power brick with quick charge capabilities, of course, and then next you'll also find an adapter for micro USB just in case you still need to use a micro USB cable. Next, they also provide an OTG adapter, which is USB on the go. This is for whenever you want to use your Note 9 like a computer and attach things like mouse or keyboard to it, you can do that. In this compartment, you will also find a typical USB-C connected cable, nothing special. And then Samsung have also included a pair of AKG branded earphones, which I'm expecting to be pretty decent considering that AKG is a pretty legit name when it comes to audio. The cable for the earphones are braided, which is nice, and they end in a 3.5mm headphone connector, which also means that the Note 9 comes with a headphone jack. This is always nice to see in this day and age. Then here in this package, we have a tool for removing and replacing the tip of the S Pen along with some replacement tips included. Pretty thoughtful. And finally, we also have some replacement earbuds for the AKG earphones. And now we finally move on to the phone itself. Off the bat, the phone feels really premium with its glass back and huge display on the front. Now I've gone ahead and booted up the phone, but before I talk about anything else, here are the specs that you should care about. It's got an octa-core processor with either 6 or 8 gigs of RAM, and like I mentioned previously, it's also got either 128 gigs or 512 gigs of storage, with an option to add an additional half a terabyte if you want. It has dual rear-facing 12-megapixel cameras with optical image stabilization, and it also has an 8-megapixel camera in the front. Internally, it has a fast-charging 4000 mAh battery, which Samsung claims will last you easily over a day, and it all runs on Android 8.1 right out of the box. And now going around the sides of the phone, on the left you'll see the volume rocker and dedicated Bixby button, and on the right is the power button as expected. On top, you have a slot which can function as a hybrid dual SIM tray, and at the bottom here, it's nice to see the headphone jack, which is next to the USB-C port, which itself is next to the speaker grill. I should also mention that the Note 9 has a stereo speaker setup, with the other speakers sitting behind the earpiece on top. Now moving on, we also take a look at the S Pen. Compared to previous generations of the Note, the new Note 9 now has a stylus that has a life of its own actually. It runs on Bluetooth and has a small internal battery inside. The key features for the S Pen include being able to control things remotely. This includes going through presentation slides, pausing and playing videos remotely, and of course, taking photos without you actually having to touch the phone. So if you're really into taking photos, I think these at the very least should grab your attention. Speaking of photos, Samsung is also including a feature set for the Note 9 that will include scene detection and flaw detection. That means if someone accidentally moves or blinks during a photo, it will know and it will tell you immediately. Now these are only a few of the very many cool features that you can find on the Note 9, but soon I hope to show you guys what you can do with the phone and whether or not this one is the right one for you. Stay tuned for our official review coming up quite soon. And before I forget, I'd like to say thank you Samsung and Priority Communications for giving us the chance to play with the Note 9 early before everyone else gets their hands on it. Until then, this is Dale from Vulcan Post Malaysia. Thank you for sticking with me. I'll see you real soon. Bye.